Episode 1123 of the Joe Rogan Experience, he and Kevin Smith were talking about their pets when Joe passively mentioned he saw a veterinarian cry.
He's the only vet I've ever had cry with me.
Over what animal?
I had a puppy that had distemper. Man, the puppy just, after like a couple of days of being at the house, would have these seizures, like violent seizures. And then towards the end, it was having them all day long.
As a result of the dog's condition, it had to be put down.
I held the dog, I placed him down, I gave him a kiss, I said goodbye. And he put the needle in the dog and put the dog to sleep. Then we both went outside, man. He was just crying, just weeping. He was killed by a drunk driver.
The vet was?
Yeah, that was a rough one. I got an email.
What type of dark turn is that? The saddest moments in YouTube history? Now, things like that really irk my soul. They really grind my gears because I don't think some of y'all really know what sad is. Some of these big YouTubers waking up in their $1 million penthouses talking about, I'm sad. You don't know what sad is. Cue the music. Sad. I woke up every day at 5 a.m. to walk into PetSmart and put dog food on shelves. That is sad. The customers come in, dogs boo-boo, and they look at you like, are you gonna clean that up? That's sad. You don't know how to cook, so the only thing you're able to eat is this? I'm holding it upside down. Oh! These are ramen noodles. Sad. This is very sad. You don't know what it's like to eat so many bags of these where you just start trying to mix it up, adding barbecue sauce, mayo, just random things to make them taste different. It's all you have to eat is ramen, Maruchan, if you're lucky. Sad? Oh, that's still not sad enough for you. Sad. When I was a kid, my family was abducted. I was charged with ransom to get them back. I had to pay them $1 million. I collected all the money, and the killer only gave me half of them back. And when I say half, I mean literally half. He cut their bodies in half and gave them back. Now that's sad. Alright, that didn't happen. I'm not gonna lie. Nah, I don't know. Nah, that didn't happen to me. I just made that up. Like, I wish I would. Come on, bro. What the heck? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just giving examples. The saddest moments in YouTube history. Not saying these situations weren't sad, because I'm sure these finna be some sad situations. But I'm saying, I hate when people talk about like, I'm depressed. Meanwhile, you're getting into Rolls Royces. I've hit rock bottom. You eating filet mignon every night. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just stuff like that. I know money's not everything, but I'm just saying, hey, it helps. People out there homeless, they eating boogers for dinner. What? Come on. And you eating filet mignon steak every night. But talking about you hit rock bottom. Get on my face. So we just gonna get into this video and see the saddest moments in YouTube history. So let's get into it. Let's go.
From Jake Paul to Joe Rogan, these are YouTube's saddest moments, with Linus Tech Tips starting our list with this iconic livestream. He was supposed to be celebrating 10 million subs, yet Linus began the stream with a pretty somber tone.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know how it all happened. I've got this following of literally 10 million, and it kind of feels like luck sometimes. I'm probably more like you guys than you realize.
He'd talk about the pressure his work put on his family.
I mean, every time my wife would ask me, how long do we need to keep doing these kinds of hours? Like, how long do we need to keep pushing like this before we can just back off and like have a life? I started with, hey, look, I'm gonna slow down when we have kids. And I said, hey, thanks.
I'm not laughing, it's not funny, but
No!
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at this. I'm not laughing. I'm just saying, this girl complaining about my work hours. Meanwhile, we in a mega mansion. Come on, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You think this mansion just gonna pay its own bills? The light bill gonna stay on. The water bill gonna stay on. Come on, bro. What, you want me to just quit my job? I mean, maybe he got enough money to where he ain't never gotta work again. But I'm just saying, we gotta keep that money coming in. Our kids ain't gonna have to work in eventually. Like, I'm looking at it in the long run. But this lady, all she wanna do is complain. She ain't worked a job in years, talking about you need to spend more time with us. I think that's kind of ignorant. I'm over here busting my booty, and you talking about I work too much. What? Alright, now, if we was living in an apartment, 1 bedroom, 12 kids, it'd be a problem. Like, man, get up out of here with this.
For basically soloing our first kid. Tell you what, I'll slow down when we have a second one. And then I said I'd slow down when they're old enough to remember that daddy was always working. And then I said I'd slow down when they got to the age where they really need parent involvement to help them with their homework or their sports club or whatever else.
With a story about Make-A-Wish, then bringing Linus to tears.
I had a pretty life-changing experience a little while ago. The kid in question was too sick to travel, and they asked if I could record a personalized video for him. So I picked up my phone, I pointed it at myself, and I just tried to think of something to say, and I couldn't. And I looked at their guidelines, and it had just the most useless stuff in it. It was like, be upbeat, and don't talk about death. And I was just like, this kid's 12.
Hey.
He's like dying of leukemia. Like, what? Last thing I can do right now is be upbeat. The only thought going through my head is like, everyone and everything I know is gonna die. All I could see in the photo album was my kids. The whole thing made me question why I'm doing this.
Ironically, the thumbnail became a viral meme, leading to comments such as, came for the memes left with emotions, I'm not crying, I'm just water cooling my eyes, and where men cried. 9. Bradley Martin. Brad lost his dad.
Oh, wait, that's it? I'm not gonna lie, that was sad. That was sad, but I mean, it wasn't his life that was sad. I was only sad for the 12-year-old leukemia kid. I still stand on business about the wife. Wow. I understand, like, as a parent, you should be spending time with your kids, but I mean, I don't know his whole lifestyle. Like, I don't know if it was like some type of balance. He said the mom soloed the first kid. That is insane. She soloed the first kid until he was old enough to not be soloed no more. That is wild, but I mean, somebody gotta pay a bill. She ain't got no job. She don't pay no bills. Well, I don't know her. I'm just making assumptions, but if that is the case, I find it like kind of weird that you're complaining, but I mean, from a family aspect, I get it. So, I mean, on a scale of 1 out of 10, that was about a 7 on the sad scale.
At the age of only 6, which is understandably something he struggles to talk about.
That's the thing, when I think about my dad.
Although the saddest example was during his podcast with Tyler Perry.
I don't want to cry. But why would you even hold it? However it feels, you should let it out. Don't do that, man. Let it out how it comes.
Now that's sad.
Brad was thanking Tyler for some advice he'd given earlier.
People get so caught up at where they're at and in the moment of like the negative and the darkness and the evil, and they don't see the light. It wasn't as simple as what I thought it was then, which was my father didn't love me.
Yeah.
I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
And I built up so many walls and who I was. It's crazy looking back now how much it affected even my personal relationships, my intimate relationships, my relationships with my family, friends, everything.
And was able to end the moment with an excellent silver lining.
Everything that we go through, every hardship, every downfall is going to be a new opportunity to learn and to grow and to become better.
8. Joe Rogan. On episode 1123 of the Joe Rogan Experience, he and Kevin Smith were talking about their pets when Joe passively mentioned he saw a veterinarian cry.
He's the only vet I've ever had cry with me.
Over what animal?
I had a puppy that had distemper. Man, the puppy just, after like a couple of days of being at the house, would have these seizures, like violent seizures. And then towards the end, it was having them all day long.
As a result of the dog's condition, it had to be put down.
I held the dog, I placed him down, I gave him a kiss, I said goodbye. And he put the needle in the dog and put the dog to sleep. Then we both went outside, man. He was just crying, just weeping. He was killed by a drunk driver.
The vet was?
Yeah, that was a rough one. I got an email.
What type of dark turn is that? I'm thinking the dog finna be the sad part of the story. He said, The drunk driver was killed. Huh? Did we miss something? That's like missing a day of school and coming back. We on rocket science now. What the heck just happened? That was a dark turn. I didn't think it was going there. Why did it go there? Like, that was, okay. The puppy situation was sad. I was just finna say, like, before you said that, like, am I an NPC? Because why can't I remember situations like that? I ain't never been in nothing that crazy where it's like a movie. Like, that sounds like a movie scene. The dog having seizures, you go to the vet and he says, you have to put the dog down. Well, I'm blessed. I'm glad I ain't never been in a situation like that. I'm just saying, like, why everybody else likes movies?
What?
That didn't make sense. Why everybody else like a movie? But you know what I'm saying? Maybe I can't watch my own movie. Is that what it is? I don't know.
I believe from his daughter. Super good dude, man.
Leading Kevin to share a similar story.
It's such a weird relationship where one day you're like, I love you to death and I love you so much I have to kill you. And that last fucking hour was like probably hands down the most difficult hour of my life, man, because we all knew what was coming. And you're programmed to stop that at all costs. You're programmed to keep people around, keep yourself around.
7. Loaf. As a YouTube prankster, it seemed as though Loaf was always having fun. So when he'd post a video titled YouTube Saved My Life with a depressing thumbnail and the following intro.
Failure, loser, and loner are the 3 words that I would use to describe myself.
It seemed the audience was in for something different. Loaf began by stating he had a tough time growing up.
High school was a hard time for me. I was really insecure. I was really unsure of myself. I got bullied pretty bad.
And thought that starting YouTube would help to keep him safe.
If I can make them laugh, like, then they're not gonna hurt me.
However, Loaf struggled to find success.
For a while, it was just terrible, like nothing was happening. I would be embarrassed when people would ask me what I did.
Even feeling like a failure in the presence of his parents.
Like my parents have never understood like the YouTube thing. That's probably like the hardest part because it's just like every kid wants to make their parents proud. You know what I mean?
Since then, however, Loaf has found massive success, recently announcing he was able to buy a house.
And I was able to buy it 100% with cash, which was also a big goal of mine.
6. Syndicate.
Hold
Similar
on.
to Loaf.
That is wild. Again, like, I'm scared now. Like, because I'm really trying to link back on my life and I can't remember, like, I don't remember nothing like super bad happening. Or maybe it do happen and like in my brain, I just like kind of poke it out or put it in like some back socket or something, but I do not remember nothing significantly bad happening. Like he talking about he was bullied in high school. I thought I was the man in high school. I'm talking about I was on the basketball team. oh, sidestep, shot from the 3. Oh, Vince shoots it, it goes in, bang. It didn't go exactly like that. I might have been on the bench a couple games, but I'm just saying like, hey, you know, I don't know, like maybe I am lame. Or maybe like my story is like this, like, was I not the cool kid in high school?
No.
Linus, Syndicate was part of the Make-A-Wish program, being chosen by a kid named Alec for them to spend a day together. This resulted in a video titled Making His Wish Come True, in which they flew in a helicopter and became extremely close.
Give me a high five. Did you enjoy the helicopter ride then?
Syndicate inspired Alec to open his own channel.
Hi everybody, thank you so much for over 200 subscribers already. That's pretty crazy.
However, just 43 days later, Syndicate made a tragic announcement.
They gave me permission to be able to let you guys know that unfortunately he did lose his battle, and you know now he's in a better place because he really wasn't in a good spot. So like, thank you so much.
5. Cenat. Kai was trying to become Twitch's most subscribed streamer, setting a goal of 80,000 to overtake XQC. When he'd reached the milestone in late 2022, he almost couldn't handle it.
80,000 is crazy. Bro, 80,000 is crazy.
But getting a supportive call from his mum sent Kai over the edge.
Hold on, my mom calling me.
Congratulations, son.
Thank you.
You're number 1. And we watching and we're so proud of you, everybody. Babe, I love you so much. Babe, I'm so proud of you. You're number 1. And you my son. And I'm so happy to be your mom. And I just want to let the world know that you've been working hard like this for a long time. So they only now know We just finding out. My son works hard. He's a grinder every day, every night.
You number one and you my son, and I'm proud to be your mum.
Man, that's inspiring. I'm not gonna lie, I just got goosebumps. Every time I see that clip, I get goosebumps. It's crazy. Like, he really just blew up like that. Now everybody he touches is up now. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, that touch you. Oh God. 1 million plus followers. Dang, where'd that come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You can't do nothing but be proud of him. So I respect that. And his mama real raw.
And straight tears right there. For Matthew Santoro, Nicole Arbour was his girlfriend, and they seemed like a healthy YouTube couple. However, 4 months after separating, Matthew uploaded a video titled My Abuse Story.
It's not something people ever talk about, but I feel compelled to because I was in an abusive relationship.
He began by explaining that Nicole was very controlling.
This individual that I was with was extremely jealous. I had to cut every female out of my life out of social media, delete every number out of my phone.
Before adding he'd been hit by her in the middle of an argument.
This person prevented me from leaving their home and said, "You're not going anywhere." At which point I was hit in the face.
This caused Matthew to
not downplaying anyone's story. Men can definitely be abused by women. I agree with that 100%, but no girl is stopping me from leaving some enclosed space. I'm just gonna say that right now. She got to be built like Brittany Griner. Y'all don't know who that is? WNBA player. Built like a man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's the only way she's stopping me. She's 6'8", 250. She might got it. But, you know, I'm not the biggest guy either, but I'm just saying, no girl is stopping me from leaving out this door. If I want to walk up this door right now, I'm going to get up and I'm going to run through her. She's going to say stop and try to hold me back. Nah, line up on the line. 42 blue said, "Hut, I'm running through her, bro. Come on. Hey, that's just how it's gonna go. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm running straight through her, but you know, I definitely think this is like a under talked about topic. I think men could be abused too, but I thought he was gonna go more on the like mental abuse side, where it's like, you know, she kind of like manipulated him and stuff like that, but he going on the physical abuse. You don't hear about that much often.
To break down crying.
And it's something that men never talk about because we're made to believe that we're supposed to be strong. And I never talked about it because I thought that no one would believe me, no one would give a shit.
Leading to one of the saddest videos ever uploaded to YouTube.
There's people that love you and you don't need to be in that relationship.
Facts.
You don't need to be with someone that hates you and uses you and manipulates you to do everything that they want.
3. Jake Paul. In late 2019, Jake announced he was basically quitting YouTube to train for a boxing match he'd scheduled against Anderson Gibb. The fight became his sole focus for almost half a year, and while he would eventually win, Jake revealed on Logan's podcast his life felt meaningless after.
Like, I win the fight, right? That was my sole focus and purpose. All of a sudden I get back to LA, I'm by myself, like sitting in the fucking room, and I'm like, what do I do?
And a mansion, by the way, just gonna throw that point out there. I think he should have been a little up higher on the list. Like, he should have been number 10 for sadness, you know, but let me keep listening.
In addition to feeling directionless, Jake explained he was dealing with 4 different lawsuits.
And then I wake up the next day, have a phone call, like, with my lawyers for one of the lawsuits for literally like something I did not do. And it goes back to like people just like attacking Jake Paul and like wanting to see me fail for literally like fucking nothing. Like, they're suing me for something I didn't do, like, on God. And then
you're good. Take a break.
Yeah, take a breather. We can sit for a second.
Which consumed not only his life, but his family's as well.
My mom is like spending hours of her day when she's retired. She's in Hawaii, and they're like, "Yo, your son has to pay this." Like, it just like so stupid.
2. Dante
Hold on. I feel for his mom. Like, that part is wild. I thought they were just attacking him. That's kind of weird. Wait, talking about your son gotta pay. How did he even get in contact with his mama? But that's besides the point. That story wasn't sad. Not gonna lie. He's crying about his life having no meaning after winning a boxing fight because, you know, that's all he had to train for. Whoa, whoop-de-doo. People have, like, you know, no meaning in their lives every day outside and they broke. You know, at least you rich on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Walking in your Lamborghini talking about, I ain't got no purpose, I'm sad. That's the type of stuff I don't respect, you know? Like, that's the type of stuff where I was talking about, you know, it's hard for me to sympathize with somebody like that knowing what they got. Again, not saying money is everything, but, you like, I don't know. It's hard for me to be sad and knowing, like, it's people, like, that are out here, like, that would kill to be in a position like mine. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe that's a weird point, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Like, how I'm sad or how I'm, like, you know, angry or I don't know, like, it's just like, I don't know, people out there sleeping in tents. I'm in a nice bed, but I got the nerve to complain and be on here crying? Nah.
Dan's dog Ellie was a staple in his videos ever since he got her back in 2013. She helped Dan film reaction videos, fashion shows, and even Minecraft content, stealing the hearts of up to 30 million viewers.
Dang!
So when he'd upload a video titled Goodbye Ellie, Dan and his audience were totally devastated.
Yesterday, unfortunately, Ellie died.
He'd explain exactly how Ellie passed.
Stings even more because she went in for an infected tooth. So she had to go in for an operation and she just didn't wake up. Just before we got the phone call that happened, we were already planning like how we were going to work out picking her up when when our operation is finished. And then we just get hit with that.
Calling the loss one of his most difficult challenges.
I know it's a dog, but for us, it's like it's a member of our family, and I'm very lucky. I haven't had a lot of loss in my life, so this is probably the one that's been the hardest. Like, my heart literally hurts.
1. Theo Von and Sean Strickland. There's been many a sad moment on Theo Von's podcast.
Oh yeah, dude. We cry on here every week. Sorry, dude. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yet few compare to episode number 476. Theo and Sean began discussing their childhoods.
I used to always sleep in my mom's room because I thought my dad was gonna kill my mom. So like I would like sleep by the door. I'd sleep
to make sure she was all right.
Yeah, I'd sleep under the bed. You know, I'd sleep by the door.
Yet Sean couldn't finish his story as it was simply too traumatic.
I remember when I stopped believing in God, man. Like I had fucking yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bud.
So, man.
I'm sorry, buddy.
That's all good, dude.
We don't have to talk, man. I can just sit here with you for a minute. I can just sit here. We can just sit here.
Nah, it's all good, dude. It takes a second to just process it.
Leading Theo to comfort him by offering his own story.
Yeah, I remember being so scared when I was a kid. Like I was saying, like, I remember hearing that, like, animal pizza when another animal wouldn't come. So I would stand up on my bed at night and I would pee around my bed in a circle because I was afraid that things were going to get me.
Shit, who were you afraid? Like any particular? Just
everything.
Well,
I was just afraid of everything.
That is pretty sad, but let me tell you something. I shared a room with my brother when I was younger, and if he stood up and peed around in a circle of his bed in the middle of the night and a drop of that pee got on my arm, I'm waking up and I gotta, you know, hey, I gotta send him up to God early. He can't live after he peed on my arm. I'm just gonna say that, but I know that got nothing to do with his story. I'm just saying, hey, what's wrong with my brain? I don't know. Like, this was sad. Like, if I had to pick one that was like out of the saddest out of all these though, it might have been that last one for real. So I think Sonny hit it right, you know, on the hammer nail. What? How the saying go? Hit the nail on the hammer, or like I was saying, I think all these stories had sad aspects to them, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to undermine anybody's story or anything or how they feel, you know. Like, if they were sad in that point of time and that's how they felt and they were going through a rough time, you know, I sympathize with it. But I'm just like, when I say, like, I kind of look at it differently, it's like sometimes for, like, people that, like, talk about they depressed and all that and that they got a lot going on, you know, like, I feel like it could always be worse. Like, I don't know, maybe because I'm looking at it from, like, looking up at them instead of, like, looking eye to eye with them. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like if they were to tell their problems to a homeless person or somebody that they kid just died or something like that, they'd be like, oh, you got it easy. Bruh. You know, like that SpongeBob scene, that one SpongeBob scene where they were pretending to have broke all their bones in their body and they were selling chocolate to get more money for something. I don't know why they were getting money. I don't remember, but y'all know the episode. And they came across this one door and they knocked on the door and the dude came out in a full body cast as well. He was like, what happened to you guys? And they were like, we broke our butthawks or something. And then he was like, some guys got all the luck. I was born with bones made of glass, and he had a whole sob story. Do you know what I'm talking about? I feel like it's kind of like that. Like, I don't know, everybody's problems have meaning, but I feel like it's kind of ignorant to like kind of spread your problems out there knowing it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. Like, I don't know. Maybe the point I'm trying to make is not coming across good, but I don't know. Like, what y'all think? Which one out of all these do y'all think was the saddest? Me personally, I definitely think it was the last one. Dude couldn't even finish his story. Like, clearly, he got some demons that we don't know about. So, like I said, y'all let me know the craziest one. The craziest? Keep messing up. I'm gonna kill you. Y'all let me know which one was the saddest to y'all. And y'all know, if y'all enjoyed the video too much to subscribe. We don't have 10,000 subscribers. And hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Could you just make sense to the like button if you like the video? No, it don't make sense. What? Huh?